Hola and welcome everybody to Monday Night Fire Shrike. And we last left off, we left the crew on planet Octurne. But I want to start this off with a little bit of a cutscene really quickly here. And I think what we're going to do is we get like a very, very sterile looking room. It looks like it could be a looks like it could be a laboratory, but it could also be like um, it could also be like a hospital room or potentially even just like an office or something. There's just like a lot of white, uh, sort of like furniture, white walls, the floor is white, and you get the impression of a shape that has something circular about it, but it's indefinable because everything is pretty much white, with the exception of a group of individuals standing around. And in fact, they're not just standing around. There are several of them seated. Um, there are several of them seated in what looks like some sort of, uh, semicircle and what have you, like double row kind of thing. Almost an amphitheater type setup, but sort of micro. Um, but there are also a couple out, sort of like in the center of this, sort of semicircle. And these individuals are noteworthy in the fact that they're all gray skinned, small, big heads, large black eyes, and they all are there. There is and maybe we get this like sort of like through um, the sound effect of like making it's telepathy, obviously, but maybe there's some sort of echoey quality to the exchange here to sort of give us the impression thereof. Um, but there is they're headed for they're there then on Octorn. Yes, as I have stated, they have been pointed in the right direction. And the other one that's on the conclave, that's on the semicircle, paces in front a little bit, and we hear the voice say, "You do know that we aren't allowed to interfere." And the first voice comes back and says, "Not directly, anyway. This is dangerous territory. You press your luck too far. I only attempt to do what is necessary to ensure the continuation." And then we kind of like, and there's like a different voice from that seems to come from like this semicircle of sitting grays. "This is not getting us anywhere. The situation has progressed to where it would always was. We will deliberate on the next step or course of action." And then we get like this the maybe like a glow of white from the center of the picture that just sort of spreads out and covers the whole screen. We get the wipe, we get like, and the Fire Shrike logo comes flying up into the into the bright whiteness as it sort of like the white falls away and we get blackness in the background, and then we get like sort of like that fade out and fade back in, and we see the surface of the planet Octurne, um, in the dark valley, um, with the shelters that have seen a bit of damage. There is some debris off to the side. There is the Blue Ember and the Fire Shrike landing on the, sitting on the flesh-like ground, and the large contingent of the crew and a group of cosmic castaways um, sitting that are on the surface of this. Um, and we bring this we bring this back in to focus with just sort of the group at large. So whoever wants to start here, take it away. Wow, so much enthusiasm.
So there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties.
Oh God.
Oh no.
We're pretty much right where we left you guys off, where you had just like met up with each other and had the discussion you've just had.
I'm trying to remember what the conversation was.
I'm
You
trying to
see
remember
Twinkle there.
what the woman's
Well-
name was.
That's a
We
Wally. There's
can't
so
hear
many.
you, Captain. We can't hear you in the game. He's got to fix himself.
Check
Okay.
that chart.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Excellent. I said, so basically what happened is we showed up and I went, hey girl, who are your friends? Okay. Anybody that's not these people is not on my crew at the moment. So
Right.
if you want to ride off of this planet, you need to chill the fuck out. And then we got a whole bunch of new crew. Like I got
Well-
like some like big ass Patras and some vests now, right?
Yep.
Some more
And-
vests.
There was a big
Away.
debate. There was a debate on whether I needed to come or not, or to help these weird people with some weird
Oh, and
artifacts.
that's why the Vesk is
Well-
going to be on the crew. I mean, another
Yeah.
tank is kind of a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, it generally kind of boils down to the discussion you had with Isaki and Bazik. Well, more Isaki than Bazik,
Ah.
but
Well,
Bazik
still
is
has a bunch of like scans to do.
yeah, basically it kind of boils down to Isaki was like, yeah, there's a thing called the Dimensional Sifter, and the Dominion of the Black is after it, and we know where there's information on how to use it, and if the Dominion of the Black gets there first, it's bad news bears, and that's why we need him, because our priests have told us he's the one who can translate the information.
Oh no, you're the chosen one, Xander.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
Oh,
him.
that's right. Because then Twinkle was fanboying over the gladiator, and he's like, "Your puny Akaton games were too
Yeah.
soft for me. I chose not to go."
Yeah,
Okay.
Bazik-
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, man. A lot of celebrities do dicks.
yeah.
So many. I would like to
Right.
get up and dust myself off a little
Mhm.
bit and be like, I'm so glad you guys are here. Do you have a fucking shower? Can I use it right fucking now? Like I'm gross and I'm tired of it.
You are super gross.
I do believe
no.
that both ships
I
are
don't see
equipped
that.
with. I do believe that
Adequate.
both ships are equipped with adequate establishments for such things. I do not know if you will be
Yeah.
allowed to use them immediately or if there will be some sort of decontamination process. I believe that you
I
have all
don't-
been exposed to a critical
Oh
amount
my
of
God!
radiation.
Shut up, man. Too much info. Just let the lady go take her shower.
Alright,
Jesus.
when we all
No,
die of
no,
radiation
actually-
poisoning, it will be you that I blame.
Cyril brings up a good point, Twinkle. They probably do need a decontamination shower to start.
I didn't say
Um,
he was wrong. I just told him to shut up.
Can,
No.
can that be a thing that
understand.
happens soon? Because she's doing that like that thing
Are
where
you
you
doing the
don't
pee-pee
touch your
dance?
sides. No, you don't touch your sides with your arms and everything's just you're just kind of stiff. And it's just like I can't.
Oh.
I'm
Mom
fucking
said
gross.
it's my turn. The
Alright,
spaceship shower.
So yeah, go to the big ship. I look it up and I'm like, "This is your room.
Okay,
You'll get a kit of stuff here in a little bit."
cool.
And, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
super
Take a
cool.
shower and then report to Glyciel, the Usharu, and Science Lab #1. On
Okay,
level 5.
what am I doing in the science lab?
Well, everyone. Did you know that there are clones, child? So I need current DNA on everyone, and about
Oh my
once a
God.
month, I take more DNA from everyone.
Oh,
And if we go on a mission where some weird shit
Yeah.
happens, I take some DNA and we compare it.
He thinks Greys exist. Just ignore him.
They do
Wait.
Okay.
exist. That is
I
how I
need
was
to
given
take
this
Grace-
information.
Who did you? By the way, who did you take? Who all did you take with you? Because I'm trying to remember. Because
Twinkle's
there's some.
there, Tixpit is there, Wreck is there.
Everyone's just gonna turn to Twinkle and be like, "Yeah, they exist."
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, Kolnak is definitely there, and Kolnak would be like, "Fuck
oh
yeah."
yeah. Kolnak is like, fuck no, they do exist, you fucking that bastard.
Right.
We used to have one on the ship. We called him Squishy. He liked apple juice. It was
Yeah,
really
he did like
fucking
apple
weird.
juice.
No, wait, you're doing the
He
accent. You
liked
gotta go.
apples in general.
You gotta go. It's squishy.
It's squishy, and he liked apple juice, and he was really
Kolnak's got
bad at his
completely
fucking job.
different pictures than I do with Squishy. Like it's him and a Drow elf and Squishy, and they're drinking beers. They're
Yeah.
at a Bort's Booze and Bitches.
Okay,
They're
so
on some
now we've
weird
said
ship.
that. Please don't let that have scared you off. Yes, some of these people do believe in Greys. Do I? No.
We have video evidence.
Twinkle.
I'm going to do an intimidating look at Twinkle.
Yeah. No. I want to diplomatize with Twinkle.
Oh
Okay,
God.
diplomatize with Twinkle.
And if that fails, then we'll bring out the big guns.
That's not bad.
Twinkle. Although it may seem incredible, consider this. Before the gap, the people of Galarian did not know that other worlds existed, and that other peoples besides themselves did. Is it not possible that there are things out there beyond our scientific understanding?
You are talking to Twinkle Bailey, resident con artist and xenoarchaeologist.
And I am Serald Silverchild, someone who is not born in this universe. In the one where I come from, the Viscarium is subject to the Aslanti Empire, which rules
I didn't
most
ask your
known space.
backstory. I was saying I don't believe it.
And I was
That's
saying
okay.
that anything is possible.
I mean, the library even had small books, little subsections about him.
Vase is gonna
Right.
fucking be like, I don't even fucking care, and just start walking
I
towards
can't say. It's just,
wherever the captain said to go. Like, we'll talk. I don't care. I just
You're
want
fine.
to fucking shower.
Go
And
take a
she-
shower and then go meet Glycil. Be
Okay.
nice.
Do you have
To do that.
anybody waiting to
I-
show her around?
I mean, I will
Uh,
wander your ship. I don't give a fuck.
Wreck. Take
Okay.
her to her room.
A sure thing, Captain. I will get right on top of that.
Oh,
Just so you know, and this is like as he's walking off, he's like, "Follow me, milady," and he's like, "And just it's standard. I have to let you know if you ever betray the crew or I'm ordered to do so, I will have to kill you. But I hope that never happens, and I hope you enjoy your stay with the crew."
I'm gonna just be like, what the fuck have I fucking gotten myself into? This is
And
so
Wreck,
how did it,
to paint you this picture, Wreck is actually an SRO. He is a sentient robot, and
Aw.
he looks like he was once at one time a combat medic droid, robot, because that's what he was apparently originally designed for.
Okay.
'Cause-
he has a big
Yeah.
ass fucking gun.
but
Okay.
he does carry a big gun. So this is a robot with a redneck accent talking to you.
okay?
I'm slightly
Cowboy robot.
intimidated, slightly excited. Like, okay.
Every time Rek talks, I'm thinking that we're in fucking Fallout New Vegas.
Mm. And
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Nurx
yes, man.
shows Xander to his room. Make sure it's somewhere near the science bay.
Yeah, okay. So Nurx is like, she's like, "Oh, another egghead. Come on, egghead. Let me show you where we keep where we keep the nest, the roost, something. I don't know. Fucking haven't had enough to drink today." She's like,
Words are
"There."
hard.
She's like, she takes a pulls out a flask, and Nurx is this goblin. This goblin girl who apparently takes great care of herself, no warts or bumps or anything. However, she dresses very steampunk, has a pair of goggles and a pink top knot. I can't. Wow. Oh my God, words are hard. Oh my God, words are hard tonight. Um,
Knot?
but the
Top
and,
knot. Yeah, it's in the top knot.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Pop nut.
Crock pot.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
oh,
so
the
now that
crock
we've
pot is in the
done,
kitchen.
now that we're done arguing about bullshit,
Let's see.
can we get back
And
to
then-
what's at hand?
Zinfaresh takes care of our best friends, and then what are we getting back to? And Qualu, of course, our other friends.
Qualu very much Qualu very much is like, hey, yeah, he's very.
Would you
suspicious
prefer
of
that they
the
stay
mascot.
on the fire Shrike and the bungalows?
He'd rather keep an eye on him. You don't want him out of his sight.
I have
Okay.
a question.
Well, that's why I gave him the option for the bungalows. I mean, it's a break. It's just got good sheets.
What's the question?
Can the people that kidnapped us not be on the same ship as us?
You're gonna
Because
be
I
on the
don't
same
want-
ship, but it's my ship, so I'll be there too.
Okay. I just don't want to
Okay.
get snagged again.
Right? Okay. So, Nurx is the little pink top knotted chick that can slice you into 10 pieces before you ever realize it because she backflipped over you 3 times to do it.
Love it. Okay. Feel like I want to trade with Xander and be like, I like her.
Well,
You take the big
you're gonna have to
redneck
you're
gun.
gonna have to fight Ashira for her. That's Ashira's best friend.
Well, Ashira's my best
You're gonna
friend.
get along with her
so-
fine, but Rek is, the paladin-esque character. He's got manners and he likes to make people happy.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Hey, is Plu coming too?
Yeah, Plu's like, yeah, he
Right.
pretty much included
Say-
Plu when he was like, hey, who's your friends? And you're like, this one, and then I'm okay with these people. I don't know about these over here.
Oh, and Mike's not here. So, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it for
yeah.
me.
So, yeah, basically, basically Rack goes to show you he is actually very he is very well mannered, other than the just open threat, which he said with the most fucking with the most pleasant way. It was the most pleasant threat you've ever gotten. But
Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
but all the same, he's
Now
all the
remember,
same.
licking doorknobs is illegal on other planets.
But there's yeah, Nurk seems very flippant and unimpressed with much of the. She's just like calling Xander egghead right off the bat and fucking just calling him names, be like, "Follow me." But that's just
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. You
Xander,
get
did
the
you ever pick languages? Do you speak Goblin?
think so.
Good, good. Just
Yeah.
swear at her every once in a while. She likes that. It's the reason I learned how to speak Goblin. I wanted to be able to cuss at her in all
Yeah.
the languages.
All right.
But all right, so what else needs to happen? Oh, yeah, we're looking for that place. Should we do some more sensor checks?
You could do that, or you could try to look around too.
Okay, I turn around.
I turned
Oh, there it
around.
is. Thump, 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 thump.
Turn
Well,
around.
that was easy. How anticlimactic.
the end.
You guys were right where we needed to be. Awesome. All right, so let's look around.
All right, so give me some perception checks, and if you're going to have some sensors being ran too, then I need somebody to make some computer checks.
Shaba, oh beautiful tall woman with bosoms that are wondrous. Please make a computer check.
Okay. Since you put it politely.
Whoa, I didn't mean to make. Yeah,
All right.
I don't know nothing.
All right.
Whatever. Twinkle.
So
Thank you,
What?
Twinkle.
I think
Whatever, Twinkle. Okay.
I think
Sorry.
like Shaba and Twinkle, you get like patching through to like the ship's sensors and whatnot. Like one of you probably to the Fire Strike and the other to the Blue Ember.
Right. Take
You
appropriate bonuses.
managed you managed to locate an area where there seems to be a like a hidden room, a hidden basement, like a hidden spot. Like you can read, like there's a room underground, but there's no building over the top of it and no obvious entrance to it. But it does look as though it's obvious that there is some way of entering it. Because you can kind of like sense that there is power being generated there, and that there is that there is potentially some biological matter there, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Lovely.
There's a great deal of shielding in the way. It's a testament to your skill with computers and the sensors on the ships that you're able to get it at all.
Teleport.
How
Just kidding.
deep is it roughly?
Do what?
How deep is it?
How deep is the room? How deep before the room?
underground is it?
Okay. So it's not terribly deep underground. You have a feeling that there's got to be some kind of entrance around here somewhere that would lead you to it, because it's maybe a good 10 feet, underground, if that. It's give or take, but you're fairly certain there's got to be something around here that'll get you some sort of entrance to the place. And let's see, perception checks.
James, will you roll for Tix Pit for perception?
Yeah, let me see if I have him.
I thought you did. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Yes, perception.
Go this way.
Oh, good. He did way better than me. I didn't think about Kolnak. Good job, Kolnak.
Tixpit and Kolnak, like the two of them kind of like looking around, notice that there appear to be tracks that go, and then they to go only so far, and then they stop. It's kind of hard to tell which way they're going, but like they whether they stop coming or whether they stop going. But on one side of it, like they just stop at one spot, but they seem to go off in another direction for quite some ways. Upon
Well, I can
looking
send a couple people to check that out.
upon looking further, like Tixpic and Colmac, between the two of them, kind of upon looking further, get the idea of like maybe it's Tixpit looks over, probably looks at, is the one that's kind of like looks over in the direction, and Kolnak is the one that's like, wait a minute, that's not quite an 8 there. That's not even a natural. That's not made of the right kind of material to be the kind of rock it appears to be. And he kind of goes over and looks at it, and for a minute, and finds an access panel, and he goes, "Oh, look at this right here." He says, "Seems to be some kind of device. I'd imagine it'll open the doorway to where we're going."
Twinkle.
On it. Am I able to find, an access panel of some sort?
Well, they found
Yeah,
one.
Kolnak
For you.
already found that. You just
sorry.
need to hack it.
Yeah. Either
I have faith in
engineering
you.
or hacking works. I don't
We're
care.
gonna re-roll that. Well, all right. No, we're just gonna leave it like that.
Okay. see, it's
Self-destruct
probably
activated.
And I hope it's not that bad.
6.
Uh,
Um,
oh yeah, you
nope,
don't believe in grace. Yeah, now I know why you didn't reroll.
nope. That's not good enough.
Okay.
The language does appear to be in a very, but the coding
Shaba,
appears to be in a very
you
strange
your
language.
comm goes off. Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
I need you to come back outside because we can't hack this thing. It's in the Gray's tongue.
In the grace, my ass.
I'll be there in a
Okay,
sec.
it's in a code that Twinkle can't decipher because he's
That's more appropriate.
Okay.
Twinkle.
I love you, Twinkle.
Yeah, I go
You
look
said
at
Twinkle. What? I'm listening. We're on
I
comm.
said I love you, Twinkle.
No, Shaba said something.
it. Or
Oh.
Twinkle. Just I'll be there in a second. Jesus.
Thump, 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 thump.
Maybe you shouldn't put us on conference call next time.
Maybe I like conference call.
I hadn't noticed.
Why was I brought into this conference call?
The
Just in
captain
case.
loved multiple. So
Dude, what's up? Oh wait, is that appropriate? I don't know.
What's up, man?
Are you all like
What are you
male
doing
or
later?
female? I don't know.
Many voices in head.
okay, so I come to this.
I hang up on half of them. I'm like, fine. 50 people being on voice call is not necessarily a good thing. But 5, that's fine.
No. Where did voices in head go?
Twinkle, you're smarter than that.
You know, boss, I
and
thought
so
I
is
was.
Tix
too.
Pit. No.
Yeah,
All right.
Anyway,
Shaba,
we got
if you would.
panel.
Like I said,
Is
it's in the Gray's tongue.
Is there any outline of a door?
it-
Roughly.
no, it's if there is a spot where the tracks just stop.
We found an access panel.
Yep. There's a rock that as soon as you like are walking out, like Kolnak's like, it appears to be a different kind of rock, but the texture wasn't right. I knew something was up with it. And it's like, yeah.
Well, I'm just reading something.
Well, if you can't beat a 26, don't bother. That means roll better than 5. Or in your case, it's like better than like 3.
Let's put it this way: if I roll a 1, I still beat you.
Lovely. That's why you're the captain. Oh my god, measure some dicks some more, please.
Stop it.
Oh, Shaba. Let's see.
That was an 18.
Yeah.
Don't know the dice is hidden behind the picture.
It takes a minute.
14.
It takes a minute to it takes a minute to crack it, and the coding is pretty tricky. Even with the experience you have had with this coding, it's still there's still enough variation. Like it's still hard to pinpoint. But you do manage to eventually get it to you do eventually manage to get it to do something. And you
Okay.
hear like you hear like a lot of gears grinding and whatnot, and then a very, 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 very a section of ground by where the tracks stop. And this is you guys are like, holy shit, how is it that well disguised that we did not see the outline even so much as the outline? There is a section of the ground like goes down, like ramps down, and there is a corridor that leads down to this room.
I'd like to search for traps.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad. Good job, Shaba.
Engineering. If
Anyone
you are-
else with engineering should help.
Oh, take the shit. We'll
Yeah.
call that a reroll. I used a resolve to reroll that.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice, Shaba.
You
So are there any traps?
you immediately, Twinkle, find that there was a there was an alarm that was sent off, but it was a silent alarm. And let me just- there is, I need a reflex save from you. What was the DC on that, real quick
From
here?
Twinkle or from all of us that were messing
From
around with this?
from Twinkle, because
Okay.
because he's the one making the engineering roll, looking for traps, right? So,
Okay.
Nice. Twinkle, yeah.
okay.
It looks like
so,
there was a silent whatever that is.
this I do remember.
Oh god. Uh-oh.
So half of that.
But he has evasion.
And I rolled a
So,
crit success.
yep. So none of that. So you managed to jump out of the way as like a whole panel of the flooring like lights up with electricity, just just all over the place. You manage to jump back just in time uh, to avoid getting shocked, but the trap is still armed. So if you were
Okay.
to cross that section of the ramp, you're going to have to disarm it.
Fuck that patch of ground in particular.
Turn it off.
Turn it up.
You can do it.
We're re-rolling that. I've learned. Will this
I
be
believe in
computers or engineering? Yeah.
Either one.
Well,
It
all
just
right.
depends on your approach, whether you're trying to.
Okay, we're. Oh my god! I
Uh,
I took this feat for a reason. That's better.
oh, nice.
I'm
There you
burning so much resolve.
You do manage to it. It's really tough work, and it takes a long minute to get it. But you do manage to but you do manage to disable. Like you find like a compute. You go back up to the access panel, and you're like, wait a minute, where's the program for this? And you call up what you're pretty sure is the program, and you manage to hit the button, and it goes into overdrive with the lightning go just the electricity just like until it drains the charge, or it burns out a relay or something. But you manage to get it disabled.
Okay, that sucked.
Note to self: buy marshmallows for the next time that happens. Got it.
Haha, very funny.
No. Congratulations. That could have hurt.
Man, I spent so long looking through infinite worlds to be like, oh, is it going to be useful now? No. But it has as much text as a book.
All right. So, are there any more traps, or can we walk down these stairs now?
Yeah, well, it's not stairs, it's a ramp, but
Ooh. Okay.
yeah.
Oh god,
You-
Indiana Jones, here we go.
Right. Well, no.
But yeah, you can.
We go down. Is the door locked at the bottom of the ramp?
Yes, actually.
Mm.
You can
Shabba, since
attempt-
you're already here, Twinkle, do you want to help her out?
I'll help. Yeah. What kind of check are you doing, Shaba?
What check do you need me to do?
Computers
Engineering or
or
computers?
engineering?
Definitely computers.
Okay.
No. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Is that enough for his bonus?
Well, yeah, that's enough for Twinkle to give her a bonus.
Okay.
It's going to take some time. You can get it, but it's going to take some time.
I just have to ask real quick, James, what did you do to my Roll20 account?
The things
He only
that
gave-
I have done.
Oh, he only gave the curse that you started right back to you.
No, fuck you. That's not how this works. Sorry.
Hello, handsome man.
Oh, you mean?
Howdy. That's the
Uh,
one
Stop
character
it.
who shall not be named.
Smiley face.
So, but while you are doing that, I am going to need a. You're kind of sitting there tinkering with it, and there Zai, you and Serold feel somebody have an extra presence behind you.
Hmm.
Turn around.
Every now and then.
I got a 34 for mysticism. When I turn
Um,
around, do I notice anything?
Actually, and this is the point where you actually only had to turn around.
Oh, nice.
There is standing there. There is a gray.
Nice. Where the fuck is Twinkle?
Yeah, where is Twinkle?
Twinkle's not paying
He's
attention.
dead.
He's helping
Hey,
with the
was
door.
Am I
Yeah.
with
Right.
these guys?
No. Literally, I turn and I smile and I hold up one finger on each of my 4 hands and I walk up to Twinkle and I pick him up. Well, I'll attempt to pick you up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Do you let me, or do I need to roll for it?
He's busy working on something. You're probably gonna have to roll.
Okay. Is that good enough?
Gotta
Casey?
be KC +8.
Oh, yeah, it's a maneuver.
No, my
Okay.
the combat maneuvers is 33.
While the captain goes
Right.
off to try and grab a mouse,
Fine.
Cyril just looks to
That
the
does
gray
get
and
his
is
attention.
Like
And let's really quick here answer the question that we were did I can't remember. Did you guys have merch with you on the surface of
Yes.
the planet? Yeah.
No, I
Merch
went on
was
the way
there.
team.
Yeah, you're on the so you're there.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Merch, you see a
definitely
gray
Merch is taking notes. Can I make a life science check real quick? Just to see what I can see, learn.
Not now, Captain. I'm kind of busy.
It automatically
I
it
order you as
automatically
captain
asks,
to stand up and turn around, or I will fire at you.
your life science check, by the way, merch with your custom microlab is treated as a 20 plus your bonus. What does that equal?
That's like a 49 or something, I think.
This is a gray.
Yeah.
You don't know much about their internal anatomy because nobody does, but you do know that they have some telepathic abilities and that they can paralyze people in their sleep. At least
Wow.
as for and you're fairly sure that you've read tale that they can shift out of phase with this reality to some extent. They have a number of abilities that are recorded, but there is a lot about them that is not known.
Gentlemen, I think we have a friend with us.
Question: did you actually put like a gun to the back of Twinkle's head while you were saying that?
No, I just used my big boy voice.
Okay.
I wanted you to know how serious I was.
Turn around right now. I'm going
and
to
you dodged
shoot.
out of the way. So I'm like, no, look where I asked you to now, child.
Oh my god.
Do you see it?
Captain, I don't understand what the problem is.
They don't exist.
Okay.
Okay. Now, while you stand there in awe, and
we're going
your little
to
thing,
do some
I have
rolling
stuff to
here.
do.
I don't know. What would I need to
Okay,
roll
go ahead.
for Twinkle to be convinced that this is real and not like a hologram or something?
Do you need to be probed? I can probably get him to do that.
Hey, you.
Well,
peanut gallery, shut up.
You can kind of probably follow along with the exchange here to some extent, although the only people he necessarily addresses at the moment
All right, thank you for that, I'd say in my brain.
or Zai and Serold. But Serold, you recognize this voice in your brain because you've heard it before on a couple of different occasions. I am here simply to witness this moment. Go about your business. I mean no harm.
Quite.
Okay. I attempt to sneakily text Vesa and tell her she needs to come outside to see something really, really cool. But I don't do that good of a job. If he doesn't notice me doing it, I'm ashamed of the gray.
I don't think he cares that you are at this point.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fine.
I,
All right.
We'll
And
totally
in
come
fact,
back.
I'll text everyone that hasn't met Squishy before to come outside and see this.
Do I at least get decontaminated like a little?
Yeah,
yeah,
you've had time for a shower,
yeah,
Okay.
like a nice shower.
Okay, good.
yeah,
So I
it's
feel
taken
much
a
like
minute to do this. Yeah.
In
awesome.
fact, the
I'm
ship
much
is like
happier.
brand new, so all the showers work perfectly, and the hot water is hot.
Perfect temperature, good smelling soap.
So,
Eh, it's Bob
Captain,
Barker.
that time I told you that I wouldn't believe that Greys existed unless they had their how did I put that? Slimy gray hands around my neck.
Yeah, I told you they weren't slimy.
That's
In fact,
not the
they look
point I'm trying to
very
make.
sterile.
Not the
They-
point I'm trying to make.
They seem to be a little rubbery,
and
actually.
it says it, and it
Yeah,
probably
give me a moment.
projects into Serold and Zai's brain also. I am Quevelin, and I am Quevelin, and
It is
or at
exceptional.
least
Spell
that
that
is
in
the name. At least that is the
D20.
name. Hmm? It,
Spell that for me in D20, otherwise I'll spell it bad.
It is good to finally have a name to put to the voice.
Thank you, Jesta.
I
Yeah, that
was
was how I was going to spell it.
yeah. It's like it's like it's like for what's coming. Mm, It said the two of you needed to be here for what's coming.
What is coming?
And he looks over at Cyril and he looks over at Cyril and looks back at you. He's like, I am prevented from saying more.
By who?
That is
I am
irrelevant.
presented from saying more.
He goes, he's like, he's like, he says that is irrelevant. And he's like, and he looks over, he's like, I always wanted to see this moment. And this is about the point in time where Shaba, you managed to finally get through the door and open.
Nice. So, can you tell me if there's anything down there that's going to try to kill me?
I can say nothing.
Okay. Do you want to take Scout? Fine. I'll go down first.
What the
Drop
fuck
all
is that?
YouTube.
Yeah,
Hi, Vesa. Welcome back. This is
Hey.
Quevelin,
Sup?
right?
yeah, it just looks at you impassively. So far, the only people it's choosing to address is Serold or Zai.
Prevalent, eh?
I make notes of descriptions for notation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's about how I feel right now, Princess.
Yeah, you were
Is
wrong.
Xander,
Is-
when you come out, I actually go over and high five you and then point over to, Twinkle, who's still gap jawed.
Not gap jawed. Shut up.
Well, now that I've mentioned it out loud.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So.
Quevelin, I have another question.
Oh, good.
Why here? Why now?
Because this is the beginning. This is the end of one. This is the end of one search and the beginning of another.
Uh-huh. Do you always speak in cryptic half phrases?
He
He
still
actually
hasn't
nods to
addressed you,
Twinkle.
Twinkle.
Yeah,
He
Twinkle.
actually,
The gray
it's
is talking in my mind and Cyril's mind.
yep.
Mhm.
It's
That's it.
literally sending telepathic messages to them.
Okay.
Right.
To the rest of
Pro-
you, it appears to be standing there silently.
Right. Looking all
Occasionally,
gray.
yeah, occasionally looking between one or the other of Serold or Zai, or occasionally somebody who's like addresses them.
Right. And I am completely a dick about it. When Vesa shows up, I do introduce him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
Simply looks at you, Vase, for and expression unreadable for a second, and then looks back over at Zai.
Can I
Um,
detect thoughts
you-
on it?
Ooh.
Yeah, are there any
It's gonna
hoes on
fuck with
it?
you.
Okay, I thought that was funny.
So
Screw you guys.
you can detect that it has thoughts.
Damn it. Okay.
Uh,
What a
You
useless
gotta
thing for me
concentrate to do
have.
more.
well,
I think
no,
I can only
it's
do it once.
well, it's not so much that it's useless. It's just that the first time you tried it, it was not successful because the rolls were bad. This time, somebody is shielded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there is other stuff that going on at play because
Gotcha.
So
If you
is
try to go
Squishy
further,
gonna
it
introduce
hurts.
himself, or
I hold up 2 fingers, one on 2 hands, and point them at you. I'm like, just a sec. You know how most of us are. We all want to know everything all at once. Anyway, back to what you were saying, Quevelin.
oh no, by all means, you
Fine.
have.
I pull out my gun. Boom! No. That would just be crazy. I'm not
I'd
doing
like to
that.
attack the gray. I'd like to
No.
attack the plot. No, but
No, I definitely go downstairs and we check for traps before we go through the now open door.
if you will allow me one last question, Quevlin, one last kindness. Is what the Vesk woman says true? Is it really here? In this world?
That is a matter of perspective.
no? Fuck you. I'm sorry. That's just me saying it out of character.
Equivalent it follows you it follows you guys down and whatnot.
As we go down, I'm using my bioscanner to take as many notes as possible on its physiology. If it allows me, I will get closer to it as we do this and poke and prod with different instruments.
It won't allow you to physically touch it, and it seems to be aware of what you're doing, and your instruments are kind of getting not as clear readings as you would like. But like you can pick up some things, but not enough to be like, I'm going to publish a paper.
Yeah, no, Merch is frowning and tapping his instruments as he goes, just glancing at things and
We
trying
do
to
have
dial them
some
in.
bios on Squishy. So
You
you
actually-
might pick up more than we had.
you actually you actually get to the when you get into the room. Let me describe here for you. The room itself is the room itself is about a 20-foot by 20-foot room.
Eh.
It's not terribly big. There appears to be a great deal of instrumentation in here, and there are 3 pods here.
Thanks.
Actually, but actually, there's only 1 pod here, 2 of which have been removed. sorry. Let me walk that back here real quick. There are two pods missing, one pod here. The two pods that have been removed look like it was done it was probably done by the same people who put them here, or at least somebody who knew what the hell they were doing, which would have been difficult considering the level of technology. There is there is one pod here, and looking at it, um, the looking at it, the body inside appears to be mostly decomposed. The pod itself, like, is the glass on it is smashed open. There's only a small amount of like dried sludgy fluid at the bottom. The whatever or whoever this was is now decomposed. However, give me a perception check.
Everyone or just merch?
As we're doing this perception check, Merch is like, nobody touch anything. Twinkle and anyone else who is capable at the technology, look around this room and find what you can. Do not do anything invasive. I'm going to scan this tube.
Okay.
I'd like to do a not like a scan of the tubes, but checking them to see if they have that RS or OS code on the side.
Well, very good. You actually.
And then here's my life science for the tube.
Merch, you notice the RS number, or the RS OS numbers are immediately.
Yeah.
And Twinkle, you managed to pull up some data, but it appears to be partially corrupted. And it seems to be record keeping for the most part. Medical record keeping. You see.
Excellent.
Let me find the page that I've got this written on, the RSOS number. The tubes that are missing, what you bring up, Twinkle, is that the tubes that are missing were labeled original sample and the code for RT and DL, which you guys had determined was the code they used for Rextolac and Didenlosif.
And who's this one that's dead?
The rest of that data is corrupted. However, Matthias, you are able to get a great deal of information off of it. And it is indeed, it was indeed at one time human.
Okay.
It was indeed at one time female.
Okay.
And it was probably in their mid 30s. She was probably in her mid 30s when she was put in, at least when she was put in, or at the time of death. At the time of death, biologically speaking, she would have been about 33, which means whether she was suspended here or not, a little bit seems pretty obvious that this person was in some sort of like biological suspension, but the methodology seems similar to the stuff that you've got from the cloning stuff, but it's different. It's not like the same stuff they got specifically.
I just share what I found.
However, that rolled the huge perception check. Matthias and Vesa, you also notice it, and I gotta find my code here because I want to throw this to you and see if you can figure it out without me telling you outright. It's not in there.
Yes, though, we're players. Remember, we're smarter and dumber than you think. So either absolutely we'll solve it immediately, or we are so baby we'll never solve it.
I don't know. Leaning towards never solving it.
So The code reads OSHF1013.
OSHF1013. So original sample. Who do we know that has HF?
Oh, that's beyond my scope.
Well, let's think H first.
Well,
Yeah.
HF, like you guys noticed that
It's their
the
initials.
Oh, human female.
Oh, human female?
Yep. There you
go.
Uh,
Yeah, human
1013.
Oh.
So
So OS, original sample, human female,
1013.
1013.
Yeah, but I thought that they
So-
were always their initials, like OSRT.
Nope.
OSDL. No, because, yeah, remember originally when we found our samples, they were just labeled like our race and gender.
Huh, so before they got the name of it. So maybe they've been put in, like, maybe they start out in these tubes and then go to different tubes.
I'm trying to figure out if the 1013 is of significance or not.
Is there something as an investigator I could roll to see if numbers have any sort of significance to one another?
I will allow you to make a check on that to see if
May
you can
I-
make a leap of logic here. Do you pitch
Ooh,
me the skill you want to roll, and I'll tell you if it'll work or not.
Can I do that as well?
Trying to think what I could use that would make sense.
He's got one that allows him to substitute in, but if you have one that you think, go ahead and try to.
So
I
oh, go ahead, James.
was just gonna say maybe this is probably a bit of a stretch. Would it be that I could use mysticism because of the fact that having dealt with the Greys almost predominantly in a more mystical sense, my knowledge of them comes with this sort of bent, so I would be looking at it through that sort of lens to see if these numbers have a significance.
Sure. Go ahead and give me that roll. And
Yeah, college taught me to bullshit.
Wow. Damn.
That's pretty decent bullshit.
Merch.
You know what? I'll just let him stand on his own on that one. That seems appropriate.
So maybe we get a picture of Cyril like inside, sort of like your headspace, and you're kind
Jimmy
of
Neutron
reaching,
Brain Blast.
yeah, you're kind of reaching. You're kind of like reaching out to like your thoughts and processes of everything you know about mysticism, and it starts coming to you the idea that numbers have a mystical element to them, but they also have a scientific element, and that sort of tends to lend itself to the Greys, who present quite frequently as in a scientific manner, but you've known them in a mystical manner. Furthermore, just as a leap of intuition and a thought process, you realize that the way that you realize that the numbers lining up on the samples that they've found before, the numbers that represented Rex Tolak and Diden Losif, Rex Tolax was OSHM 1820. 18 is 18 coincides with R, and 20 coincides with T. And extending further into the pattern and the mysticism, you realize that
Janice
OS
McClure.
What?
Go ahead.
Nice.
What did you
So
say,
you-
Clifton?
So
Yeah, you're right. JM, Janice McClare.
yeah, so you would literally have come up with the numbers
Oh,
matching
yeah,
up.
so-
J,
So wait. So
Could I say that, like, Cyril's probably got something on him that's, like, some sort of writing implement that would work on the side of this pod?
yeah,
A-
you
a
might have
space
like chalk or
Sharpie.
something. Yeah, and there is another reaction that goes on here that while you guys are
Oh.
investigating, there is a Interesting. I was not told.
Do you
Why
find
was I not
something?
told?
Is that in someone's head or is that
And
out
that
loud?
is actually, it's kind of probably still in. It's probably in Serold and Zai's head because he still hasn't found reason to address the rest of you. And then he disappears.
Yeah,
Queveland, like,
Serold doesn't even pay attention to that as he walks over to this pod and he pulls out the Space Sharpie TM and he actually sections off the numbers into 10, 13, and then above them he puts J, M. And then he looks to the others and is like, do these numbers have any significance to you?
Do you mean letters?
The
Those
numbers
two.
are letters and vice versa.
Oh my god, stop with the mystical bullshit. Just
I can't. I am a witch warper.
the first honest thing I've heard you say all day.
Nothing I have said today has been a lie.
Yes.
it's today. He's got you there.
Now,
Lies of omission? Nobody's ever heard of those? Okay.
Nor have I
since
admitted
this has
it.
happened, this is what I'm going to need you to do. First of all, I'm kind of sad that my mortal enemy is a clone that apparently is either just great at staying alive or has mutated in some way.
Enemy?
Yeah. Oh, this lady is the reason that the Hell Knights were sent to this quadrant in the first place, and we had to kill all those bad guys.
Ah, the Hell Knights are involved in this timeline.
Well, they
So,
were. At the moment,
is this
they're
lady?
not around. Janice McClure. A long time ago, when it was the Fire Shrike 1.0, we started a mission for her, and we're gonna get paid. And I tried to do it the nice way, and then they were all dicks, and I just kind of went "fuck you" and left. And then she tried to kill me on a few occasions and failed, and then finally got mad enough that she basically got the Hell Knights hired to try to get rid of me.
So,
And now you're caught up, Twinkle. And apparently the woman that did all of this is a clone.
is she a clone or was she cloned?
This would have been the original sample of her, and it appears that it is very dead.
It
Right.
Okay.
turned into what we call in the scientific community brown and gray goo.
Yeah.
Nod,
Alright,
nod,
so-
nod.
Since most of my science team is actually present, let's break this down and take as much of it with us as we can. In fact, let's take that super cool like hydraulic system that like kept this hidden as well. We can use that on Planet Zai.
It doesn't seem like we are on a timeline, so if
Well, and
anyone
there's
would
lots
like...
of people to help.
Yes. Do we have a more convenient container to move the fluids and biomaterial in?
There's
Yeah.
Perhaps.
there's really only a little bit of sludge left in the container. Could
Right,
with
well,
the corpse of
we're gonna-
Janice McClure.
Yeah, we're
Then
gonna
I'm
gut
just
the
gonna
room and take the corpse. I think that might be fun to give her.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna scoop all of that up
Huh.
into the nearest science trademark container, and say, do what you need to do, but try and keep the tube intact as much as possible. I would like for my science assistant Twinkle to be able to look at that at full depth on the ship, please.
I'd also like to throw in, while we're getting ready to move the tube, if there's any magic on the tubes.
Not any longer. And there's only the one tube because the other two
Not
are
the tube.
Yeah,
Hmm.
don't matter. We definitely gut for our 10%. Take anything that's actually that we can get out in a solid piece. We do.
Mm.
I mean, this is like our third or fourth like attempt at getting tubes. We're getting better at it.
Yeah, plus, I mean, we can take 20 on
Oh.
it, so...
Yeah. Also, let's take 20 and see if we can get like another location out of this somehow. We know there's lots of numbers, so unless they were just randomly naming it number 90 or 73 or whatever it was. there should be a lot more of these for us to find.
Captain, while we're doing that, Merch is gonna
Yeah.
approach the captain and be like, Captain, not to distract from the current situation, however, I have gone over the mission logs, and if this is reminiscent of the first mission, isn't it very suspicious that all the major actors from the first mission appear to be clones or involved in this cloning scheme?
Mm. Well, now that you mention it, maybe.
Merch,
It's definitely highly
Suspicious?
suspicious.
Ooh.
yeah, he nods and goes, okay, and then just goes back to picking things up.
Huh.
However,
Not
as
everyone.
yeah,
Say what?
yeah, because there's still the matter of Sanjakar Powell. You've never found a replicated or original sample for him.
However,
for him.
don't we have evidence that Sanjakar Powell is something weird, like potentially a
Yeah.
reptoid?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have some, like, don't we have a blood sample from him?
Oh, Jesta. No, Jesta, are you doing the proxy war of interdimensional mercenaries again?
No.
Okay, good.
You sounded so
In fact,
defeated,
if you didn't have
Mike.
access to that, that might have been on an ultra only no situation or something. So yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, there might be reptoids too. Here, check this out. Doo-doo-doo.
Access to all the files. Shaba gave me all the access to like anything scientific, and that would have
Did
fallen
you-
under the purview of science.
Did you just say reptoids?
All right, I
believe
just
they
taught you
did.
that grays exist. I don't want to hear anything out of you right now, boy.
I just
No.
Hey!
Okay, so if you do continue, I'll sit down cross-legged in front of you with my hands on my chin, and then when you finally stop, I'll be like, all right, everything that you've heard about probably exists, or did at one time, unless, I just make it up right now. But I'm not here to do that. What I'm telling you is, sometimes you're going to find, if you hang out with me long enough, that things that aren't real are real, and things that are real are kind of boring. So just take a deep breath and know that everything will probably be all right, Twinkle.
I didn't say I didn't believe. Jesus Christ! I'm glad you
I
have
love
that
you, Twinkle.
faith in me, Captain.
Captain, might I also add that whether or not it exists in this universe, quantum theory states that it exists in a universe.
Except in the universe where quantum theory doesn't exist.
That seems like a contradiction that is far overlooked by the authors of quantum physics. Maybe they should get back to that one.
I've yet to find that one. As he opens up a portal and starts flicking through his fucking address book of universes. Wait, have I been to that one?
Where quantum theory doesn't exist.
You see all
there it
these
is
fucking
right there.
worlds go by in his fucking portal, and by the way, they're all just fucking references to all of our other games.
Oh, that means Kyra exists.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you see a dwarf and one who's screaming something, and then takes a two-handed swing with two weapons at these rat men, and then her weapons just drop out of her hands, and she goes, "Fuck!"
That also means rain exists. Sorry.
So I want to cut away here real quick and do a quick scene that keeping up with some of the NPCs here. The maybe we get the cutaway from you guys sort of discussing quantum theory and whatnot, and we get a scene on the planet we get a scene of a couple of a retinue of very well-dressed people that are walking, sort of power walking. We don't see their heads. We get that kind of from the feet to the shoulders kind of deal, the crisp suits and what have you. And there is a moment where And as you're sort of like seeing them walking, it's clear they're walking down a corridor of some sort. And they see you start seeing like more sort of like military or uniform style boots that sort of like are passing in the hall or just standing in this corridor until they come to a point um, where it seems to be a group of people in these sort of uniform boots and like and sort of uniforms that are standing in front of them. It's like I trust that the bribes were enough. And the voice comes back. Well, if the bribes or the threats, either way, you got him for you got a few minutes with him. There's we'll uh we'll leave you some privacy. That is if you think you're. I mean, I hope you know what you're doing. A dangerous one, this one. Trust me, we're old friends. And there's and it kind of, and we get this like a bit of shuffling, and the, we see a door open, and we still have that sort of like from the shoulders down view, and it's a room, and there's a table, and there's just a barren room. And there's like like you can kind of maybe hear surveillance equipment in the background, and it's like there's somebody standing there uh, in a prison uniform, what it looks like, and they're kind of standing there very like straight, but they have their back to the door, and just kind of like seem to be distracted, wondering when you were going to come. And there was and we'll cut back to you guys real quick here. Um, and you're So what do you guys? What's your next move here? As you're arguing quantum physics.
Huh.
Oh,
I
by now
wanna
we've
look
probably moved on.
Okay.
The minute they start, leaves. It goes back to the fire Shrike.
Well,
Don't
at this
blame
point, we have a bunch of people that we can actually just have scrap this room for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
No,
I
what,
shake a bunch of hands. I thank a bunch of people.
Cyril's probably going to go back to the ships
I
and
make
is going to
notes
look
about
up
the
any information that they have stored on Janice McClary.
and there is as you guys
Lots.
are kind of as you guys are starting to move, and as you guys are starting to move around and get orders taken care of and whatnot, there is a high pitched screeching sound, and there's a very bright flash of white light, and uh, that comes and a bit of a flash of fire, and you see a gray come flying out of it, um, as if hit by a great force, and comes skidding to the ground, and stands up and dusts itself off. It's rather hard to tell for sure, but you're pretty sure it's the one you were talking to before.
Hashtag all grays look the same.
Huh.
So,
Hang on.
do grays have
What was his
natural
name?
predators?
Ha. Silly Twinkles. The idea of
Stupid names.
predators and predation in
Publin, is
civilized
that you?
society.
I think it him.
It's like, turns around
Questioningly.
and looks at you. It's like, it would appear I have been censured.
Censored.
I don't think we can hear that.
He's like,
Yeah.
well,
On that same. Well, no, he can hear it because Cyril's still on that list of people he's talking to.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know that word either.
he's
Well,
like,
I know what that word means. I'm just wondering what he means by I've been censured.
Yeah, tell us more.
he's like, it looks at you, and it's like, it looks at you and says, I am no longer aloud. It appears I find myself in exile.
If you are in exile, then you no longer have any reason to keep their secrets.
Unfortunately, I no longer have their secrets or access to them.
Big what?
Part of being exiled.
You get cut off from the main collective of knowledge.
He's been booted from the gray mainframe.
Do you not still have your memories of these secrets?
I think the answer to that would be no. Just
that or he could be lying.
He's like, all I have is conjecture.
You know, hey, that's good. The captain brings up a good fucking point.
So, what you're trying to say is you're stranded now, and we just tore your house apart?
That was not my house.
Well, it might have been if we'd already left before you got kicked out.
He looks. He.
Okay, so Squishy wasn't actually exiled. He left on his own, right?
That was never determined. I think actually, I think actually, in my mind, he was exiled.
Okay.
Yeah, so... Squishy seems like the kind of guy to get exiled from the Greys.
Well, he got back into. So I've dealt with exiled Greys before. What can you do that would make it worth my time to take you besides the fact that you're a Grey?
I have no memory of the secrets, but I do know my people and the way they think and operate. I may have some ideas. I know they have connections on this world.
What were you exiled for? Was it for being here in the first place?
It was for indirectly interfering.
So, are we gonna talk to this guy or just stare at him?
I hold up a finger.
Hate it when he does that.
I'm getting kind of fucking tired of it.
I turn and I think at Twinkle. Twinkle, it is not my fault that he doesn't want to fucking talk to you right now. So yes, at the moment, if you're going to stare, stare. But I can't make him talk to you. Squishy was very adamant about what he decided to do, and I'm sure this one is at least a little bit like the other one that I've known.
Jesus Christ.
Are you an alcoholic? I think at him.
No, I do not partake of such. I do not partake of such things.
Okay.
What I can tell you is what is coming was big enough that it caused me to act against the interests of my people, which means whatever course I may have directed you on, I must walk the same path.
Cool. So, I guess you can come with us. You can be our scout.
It just kind of looks at you like, not exactly within my skill sets.
Yeah, it's a learn as you go. You'll do fine.
It's kind of like,
but you will forgive me, but I'm going to give you a bungalow room.
Bear in mind, they seem to be infested what I can only be assumed to be tracking devices in the shape of hula girls.
That sounds about right.
Cyril, let me tell you a story.
About the never-ending hula girls
Captain,
that
Right.
plague our ships.
what is happening, Captain?
We just gained a new member of the crew.
Oh,
Really
damn it.
good at strays, huh?
Murch's eyes light up and he goes, Captain, requesting immediate transfer to the science unit. I could have great use of him.
Weren't you already there?
No, as in I want him to be a part of the science unit.
Her.
Them. My apologies.
There you go. Let's go with them.
Does the Greys express gender? As I'm like looking at Quevelin.
There is a simple answer in your head. Not as you know it.
Ah,
Mhm.
fascinating.
What's fascinating?
Oh, they do not express gender as we know it.
Lovely.
Twinkle.
I enjoy being out of the loop. You know what? I love it so much. I'm gonna go be out of the loop in my quarters. If anybody needs me, I'll be on the fucking ship. Twinkle leads.
I love the fact
Oh.
that Twinkle takes the most exception to being left out of the conversation.
Right.
Like, there's a
The
lot of
funny
people
part was
being
his
left
face.
out.
I heard the whole thing in her head.
Yeah.
No. But
Cyril probably looks to
You needed
Merch.
to be knocked down a peg. It's okay.
Looks to
Well,
Merch
yeah.
and is like, Merch, in light of
Shabbat,
my
there will
recent...
be a gray staying in the brig for, I don't know, until he decides to leave.
Merch, in light of my recent discovery, I would request to have all of the OS and RS codes sent to me.
Of course. I already have access to all of those. I have categorized them. I can show you where in the files to look at them, but I'm not a librarian. You're a big boy.
Well, I have been told that you are interested in keeping these access codes to as few people as possible.
I've been told by the captain to keep you within the purview of everything. I have already registered you as a full access user, as per direct order of the captain.
Good.
So,
I look forward to seeing how you organize your work, Doctor.
so I want to skip over to like well, Xander and Vesa, you guys are right there during this conversation too, more or
Yeah,
less.
at least some of it. I mean,
You can't hear what Publin is saying, but you're like the rest of this conversation is going on.
and Xander's super happy about it. He's like, ooh, something new.
And I'm just like, there are clones. There are actual clones. Like, I have
Yeah,
been like,
oh, grays are
gobsmacked.
fine, but clones? Are you serious? Yeah,
well,
clones.
it's not anything I've ever experienced, and we've already addressed the what the fuck is that situation. So I honestly
Right.
thought you
Well,
were full
no.
of shit when you said clones, and I was like, I'm gonna give him a pass because he's saving my ass.
Thank-
Oh,
Now I'm just like, what the fuck?
so at some point, if you're actually like, I'll hear that in the background, and I'll send you a link that's all about how Ashira was a clone and Ashira got killed.
Just jaw dropped.
Like, yeah, like when you get to
Reading.
the part where you see Ashira from like 7 angles fall dead, and then you see all the like footage that he was sending out to fuck with this, where he's got her body in like a cryo tube.
And then I'm crying. I'm just like crying.
Yeah.
And this is
but
awful.
then you also see some footage where Ashira comes back and was someone else for like 3 weeks, and then like fell down and was herself.
That was a lot of emotion all at once, and I really wish that we hadn't done this right
And
here.
It was expertly spliced together, so it was only like a 2-minute like cut,
Mm-hmm.
and you got like a whole year and a half worth of like what happened to Ashira.
There's a lot. I feel everything. Like my nerves feel like they're on the outside at this point.
Right.
Don't know what
Welcome to the Fire Shrike.
Great.
Oh yeah. There's a whole bunch of videos that you're gonna have to watch called "Don't Be a Slef Slef."
Yeah.
What's a slip?
Please tell me the Gray has to watch them too.
The Gray will have to watch them too.
you actually know who Sluff is because he is part of like the long like
He's
the
part of the lore.
he is
Okay,
part of
okay.
like he's part of the reason why Captain Zai is considered a terrorist in the Pact
Yeah.
worlds.
Gotcha.
Part
If
of.
we time
He's
jumped back
about 80%.
to yeah, if we time jump back to R.I.P. Fern, and
Mhm.
even if I didn't stop him from like killing the Fern and that poor lady, and I
Yeah,
just knocked
lady's
him
secondary.
unconscious, and went to jail for a couple of days and been like, yeah, he was with me, but I didn't think he was fucking crazy. So that's why when you got there, he was tied up and all my weapons were over there and my hands were behind my head.
Hmm.
Wow.
And yeah, it'd be a completely different Captain's Eye on the Fire Shrike.
Yeah.
I'd kind of be sad, but my life would be, way less. I avoid cops constantly.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever done that, it's not any fun, really. Even if
We
you're
are-
having fun, you're not having as much fun as you could because you got to watch your back.
We are the
Right.
physical embodiments of all of the fuck ups that we've experienced.
Yo, that's philosophical as fuck, man.
Yeah. Ouch.
So am I now? Quick question for just the crew. Am I
Okay.
now a terrorist? Because I'm a diplomat, and I don't think I can be a terrorist.
You're
and
a diplomatic terrorist.
Holy shit!
Hang on.
Technically speaking, no one has seen you have not been recorded operating with the crew of the Fire Shrike at this point.
On the
Uh,
same note, click. That was the selfie with you in the background.
Son of a bitch! I wasn't ready.
Oh,
She wasn't
yeah.
ready.
That also reminds me, Mr. Gray. Click.
You find that the picture does not develop.
What do you mean? He
Wait,
lost those
They
powers.
can get they can get pictures of him at Space Carl's Jr.
It's not
but they-
him this time.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's not the same squishy. It's a different squishy.
And
In
when
fact-
you go back to rewatch those videotapes or see those pictures, Squishy has been disappeared from them too.
Oh god.
What?
Ha ha ha! It didn't happen. Fuck
Great.
you. It
The
didn't.
great,
They don't exist.
Like
Yeah.
standing in front of a gray. Ha! Your photo evidence from before doesn't happen. Grays don't exist.
the
Well,
great,
no, Sluff is gone. That's Sluff. God, he's gonna turn
Squish.
into Sluff if he gets
Yeah.
more shit like this. No, Twinkle's
Uh.
gone. He left.
it's
Nerds.
yeah. The Greys were like, wait a minute, we're not leaving video evidence of ourselves laying around. This guy just he indirectly the fact that Quevelin indirectly interfered in shit made them go, wait a minute, there's a video evidence, and if we're exiling him, first they were like, if we're exiling him, we will make sure that there can be no evidence left of us. Wait, they already have evidence. Well, that's no longer evidence too. So
Yeah, one
Oh.
more. Just one more. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
so that's crazy.
Twinkle, just so you know, there are tasers in this reality, and I will make one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ha.
Yeah. Have I mentioned how much I enjoy your company, Twinkle?
Twinkle's not here right now. He can't listen to you try and placate him.
No, it's okay. It's okay because you're on comms.
Twinkle's hung up the Twinkle sent you
Nope,
straight to voicemail.
just like,
Hey, this is
to
Twinkle
voice.
Bay. If you can't find me deep in the engineering bay, you'll find me deep in an artifact. I'll see you guys later. Beep.
And if you don't find me
Or-
deep in an
or like-
artifact, you'll find me deep in your mom.
No. Or like, hi, you've reached the voicemail of Twinkle. If you're here for unofficial business, please press 1. If you're
Hack
Captain
through.
Guy, please fuck off. I'm not happy with you right now.
Twinkle would be the person who like updates his voicemail every week.
I'm
Every
the kind of
day.
guy who has a phone tree for a voicemail.
There's-
I'm not
so-
happy with you right now.
I'm just making massive notes.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's something Merch and Sander have in common.
Yeah, did you try to like peek at what Xander's notes are?
No, I'll just ask him formally to share them later. And also, Xander, I like once I know that you're a part of the crew, I'm also gonna go like, Xander, my friend, well, my soon-to-be friend, you are a man of science, correct?
Sure.
You're
Yeah.
Xander.
Well, would you like to be a part of the science crew? I could see you as an asset.
Yes.
Excellent. That is squared away. I'll set you up with access immediately.
Zai, are you gonna are you gonna let him just be like, I've taken over science department?
Well, who's
Because
actually in charge of science?
right now you have Glycol in charge of both science and medical, and you would probably remember that.
Yes, I
You hadn't
probably would.
you hadn't made any changes yet. Not that you can't, just saying.
Well,
Merch is just gonna keep taking until someone tells him not to. But
Right.
no, and it's that's why it's bringing it up. It would be about this point that I'd be like, actually, Merch, come to think of it, you and I need to have a heart-to-heart.
yes,
Oh,
of
God.
course, Captain.
Those are scary.
Is there? What? How can I help you, Captain?
Well, come with me.
Yep, I'm go with him.
Let's go. Let's go to engineering.
Have we all like gotten back on the ship by now?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can do what you want.
You can disperse to back onto the ship. You don't have to like.
Yeah.
Stay in an
but-
alien ruin.
That'd
Right.
be great.
So,
I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm fucking
who
over
would
this
be
planet.
good to be on gray detail? Lady Sonnet. Lady Sonnet, you are in charge of this. Good luck.
You're putting Lady Sonnet in charge of like watching the gray.
Yeah, Lady Sonnet is on sentry duty.
Okay.
You'll be relieved in 12 hours by someone else. Oh no, who the heck else is my awesome people? Oh, Rogo can do it. And then we'll also have what's our ooze guy's name again?
That's Oshni.
Oshni. I need to remember that. Oshni will also be in that rotation. I think they can all watch him pretty well. But Lady Sonic can, fuck him up real fast if she needs to. Maybe. Okay. This is good. And I'm like, so I would appreciate if you would turn my equipment off the old-fashioned way instead of jamming it. They keep coming in for dang it, I forgot the words. Words are hard.
Maintenance? Repair?
Yeah, they need to be resynced constantly because you keep buzzing them out. So this is not a Gestapo nation, my friend, and most of the reasons that we have the cameras on is to learn from our mistakes when we have them, and to make kick-ass videos that make us look like better people than we actually are.
Captain, may I be completely frank with you?
Yes, that's why this is happening.
Right. I see that you have found my neat little party trick. That is fine. But...
Calibrated, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Calibrated was the word that I was looking for.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, here is the thing. I am a man who is wanted, and I know that you know that feeling. But, I am a man who is wanted for particular reasons that I do not want to get into. And if
We
there is
discovered
any...
those reasons, didn't we?
Nope.
Yeah, no one did.
Not those reasons.
Well,
You have assumptions, but you don't know the reasons.
he
Okay.
appears to be a designer drug maker
Yeah.
from the archipelago.
Yeah.
Right. But like, it immediately stops like 2 years after he shows up, which is up to date now,
Yeah.
something like that.
Um.
So definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
No. And
I.
you were
I.
here. Oh, go ahead.
I have made certain enemies of the wrong type on the archipelago. You know,
Mhm.
backroom dealings with ifrits and that sort of thing.
I
I
like that.
I do not want any evidence of me anywhere. As for the learning from mistakes, you may find this next sentence somewhat bloated, but I do not make mistakes, Captain. I profile everything down to the second. My minutes are measured by my own self containment. There is nothing that I do not log down somewhere or anywhere. And if there's ever a time in question where you need to know what I have done or what steps led up to where I am or why I am doing what I am doing, I would be happy to provide you with the logs.
Mm.
But I am not the kind of man. Let me rephrase that. I am the kind of man who prefers stark privacy, if you understand.
Mm. And as I said before, this is not a police state. Just if I ask you something like you said, I appreciate honest answers. Loyalty is appreciated around here.
Do
And
not worry, Cap. Oh,
sometimes,
go ahead, sorry.
no, sometimes we do dishonest things to make a quick buck. And that's part of the reason that you're here. I mean, your skill set on a ship like this makes you invaluable. You can help us make drugs to make an entire planet better or slowly poison them with high grade drugs.
Uh,
It's a flip of a coin. If we need you for one thing or another, you can help me out.
and I will tell you, Captain, though drugs are my primary purview of skills that you are aware of,
Yes.
I have a much wider breadth of skills. I did go and get multiple degrees on Raxel. This was simply the project I found most interest in, but I have a wide range of knowledge. And I am going to send you in a second a couple of the projects that I sent Shaba, essentially. Matter of fact, I can copy and paste them to your DMs. But basically, here we go. Boop. And where's Captain Zai? Anyway, I sent you some projects, and I say, I have larger ambitions than being a simple skag dealer, my friend. I have ambitions to make real changes. And if you wish to help me with these, I would be more than happy to do them under your umbrella. Vainglory is not for me, Captain, though it can be for you if you wish.
I look at it.
And I think I want to cut away real quick here because we are getting to that point. I want to do a quick scene here, real quick, before we do sign offs. We get we go back to the room. We cut back away from the fire strike and the blue ember, and we go to the room we saw briefly earlier, and we see like the camera angle from behind the people in business suits that we were following, and we see the man turn around that is in a prison uniform, and we see Cervantic Cordrum, scar right above his left eye as usual, and he looks he looks like he's been working out, but he also looks like he's been in a few fights. He also looks kind of like he probably won those fights by judging. And he turns around and he's like, and I thought you were, he said, and he's like, it took you long enough. And what about our deal? And the camera pans around and it's Janice McClaren. She goes, our deal is only as good as as your effectiveness. From this point forward, you're going to be dealing with Mr. Riven here. He's a representative from Arius Teletech. He'll be handling your particulars until such time as I believe you're ready to be of any use again. And he's like, and we see like the camera pan to the guy to her side, and and we see a man dressed in a Lashunta, dressed in like a really nice black suit, and his hair is slicked back, and as he kind of as he kind of looks up, his as his eyes kind of look up, there's just a darkness in them for a second before they flash a brilliant green. And he says, I am Savorus Riven, and I hope you'll be a lot easier to deal with in your reputation, and I hope you'll be more successful than your last job for the consortium. And as Janice starts to walk away, and as she stops just at the door, and she goes, "Oh, and Mr. Riven, don't forget, you're not on the advisory board just yet." And then there's a moment of silence, and he says, "Understood." And there's like, he keeps eye contact locked with Cervantic Cordrum, and there's this moment of silence, and and then she, as almost as sudden as it started, she goes and continues to walk out of the room, and we just hear the sounds of her heels clicking on the metal corridor as she walks away, and we fade to black. Let's get everybody's
Can I do a thing real quick? I wanted to talk to Merch before we left.
Okay, we'll get
Be okay?
one last scene there then.
I'm sorry. I hate to do that to you. I've been holding on to it. So, I want to go find him real quickly.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just in the labs.
Okay, so I peek around the corner. I go, "Hey, cute little turnip doctor guy. I need a favor. You're super smart."
That is a very presumptuous way to introduce yourself. Hello, my name is Matthias Murch. How can I help you?
Hi, sorry. It's been a really long day. I'm Vesa. I'm sorry. You're so fucking cute. I can't even stand myself.
Murch just stands there with like this blank look on his face.
You're adorable, and I just want to put you in my pocket. And it's been a long fucking day.
Yep,
So-
this is Ashira's friend.
Yeah.
This is Ashira's friend.
So listen, while we were down in that hellscape of a fucking planet, some shit happened, but I managed to collect some bits of this like acid spit stuff, and I pull out 4 vials.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to know if you can take these 3 and can you create weapons?
Yes, I can create weapons. That is within things that I can do.
Okay. I was wondering if you could maybe help me turn these into like tear gas. I want some tear gas. And I would like to throw them at people. So I like tear gas grenades. Little ones. that maybe do some heavy damage. That'd be
Can I-
cool.
Can I real quick scan this to see like what it is with my biolab?
I mean, I'm
Uh,
down.
I think basically what you're going to come up with is it's basically the vomit of a core of an Oricoran. It's
Or
got caustic. It's got caustic properties that you could use to make. It's got caustic properties that you could use to extrapolate to make weapons that do caustic damage or acid damage. As far as making grenades out of it, I'm trying to think
Yeah.
what would be something that could potentially be made with that. I'd have to
Well,
let me.
it wouldn't be able to hold its psychedelic properties because
No, it would
most psychoactives are
no.
near impossible to disperse through gas.
Right. Which is
So
fine.
yeah, you'd be like, well, looking at this, I'm not sure what I can do. I could work with other members of the science team to see if we could synthesize something. But if you want to leave these three with me, I can certainly see what I can do.
I
May
love that.
I ask, what are you going to do with the fourth?
Well, I'd like to also give this one to you and see if you could possibly turn it into a psychedelic. I
That
would
is
like
much more up my alley, young man.
woman.
Young man.
I said ma'am, M-A-A-M.
Oh, okay. I
Oh.
was like, whoa.
I was like,
There
young
are
man.
tits there,
Okay.
sir.
Matthias,
yeah.
roll initiative.
For real. Let's go.
Yeah, Murch actually cracks a slight smirk, which is basically his version of grinning.
Excellent.
And is like, I can do that very easily. I
I
might
love it.
even be able to synthesize something similar to this if you want. So
here
that you
for
can
it.
have more on hand.
Yes, that'd be great. I mean, I'm really kind of just looking to microdose during the day, but then have fun at night. You never know. And just
Sure.
whatever.
Now, if you're
and
looking to microdose, I can set up specific microdoses set to your biometric signature. I've had great success with that in the past.
I love everything about that. Like a daytime and a nighttime, I'm here for it.
Oh my god.
I don't want to.
Psychedelic nighttime. Jesus.
Yeah, that's it's good shit. Sometimes you just want to have fun. I just don't want to hurt myself because the last time I got hit with it, it was full force, totally unsynthesized. It was bad shit, and I want to just have a good time.
I will give you one example. I have turned 6 household chemicals from being strong industrial cleaners into being the night of someone's life, and they suffered no side effects. Do not worry. This is what I am very good at.
Oh, good. I'm so excited. Excellent. With these little grenade things, can you make them into like marbles to where I can just drop them in a bag?
I will see what I can do with R&D, but I'm not sure to my limitations.
So
Okay.
let's over the course of the week we'll kind of look at what
Yeah.
closest approximation for this would be as far as gear goes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're like at that point. I hate to cut anybody short.
No, that's
but
fine. That's all I needed.
But I hate to cut anybody short, especially when you guys were going really well there. But
My
we
lab
are
is
at-
closed now. Goodbye. It just shows her out of the room.
Tiny person rushes me out. I'm like, but you're so cute, as she's shutting the door.
I just kind of wanted to get the let you know what the mechanical on that is going to look like, or well, we're going to need the week to figure out the mechanical on it. But in any case, if we are ready to start doing sign-offs, who wants to go first? Any volunteers, or do you want me to choose?
I will do it.
Okay.
I just want us to get to the fucking Purple Codex thing because I'm gonna give you a slight spoiler, guys. It's good.
That's not a spoiler, but okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw me playing Tinkle Bailey, the isekai who is not very happy not only was he wrong, he had it rubbed in his face. And if there's one thing he hates more than being wrong, it's having being wrong rubbed in his face. And so he's probably going to pout about that for the next session and a half. He's not, he doesn't hold too many grudges, but, you know, it is what it is, unless he's bribed with more gifts, in which case all will be forgiven. That's your cue to make that happen, Captain. You can also find me on Wednesday where we play. Oh gosh, what's it called? Hench to Mensch, where I'm playing Acer, the telepathic sniper, who has had everything go from bad to worse to oh my god, how is it this bad? Yeah. Tune in to see just some really fucked shit, guys. Everybody is screwed. It's great. I've never been a part, I think, of something that just this much shit went this bad this fast, and it is glorious. So if you want to see that, tune in. You can also find me on, let's see, I don't think anything this Saturday. Unless, no, we don't have anything this Saturday, correct?
Actually, I will address Saturday when it gets to me.
Okay, works for me. Let's see. You can also, you can find me on Sunday running Tales from the Cosmos, where a band of intrepid adventurers, well, they kicked the crap out of some wizards, then they kicked some crap out of some wizards, and then they were about to kick the crap out of some more wizards. And then I introduced them to Miss Fluffy. Not to be confused with Mr. Squishy that we have here. But I think the party is ready to continue on Sunday, and that excites me just as much as it excites them. So I'll leave it at that. And I think that's me.
Awesome. I still need player's choice votes from James and from Xander. Oh, wow. Okay, now my messages fill back up. All right. Let's go to, speaking of Xander, let's go to Xander.
Okay, I'm psyched, Scott. I don't know. Pick one of the names and I'll answer. How about that? So I played Xander today, and yeah, I'm just a normal bookkeep. I'm taking notes of everything. I had to update the books. That's what I'm doing. Observing new things and updating it. So that's what I do. Haha. Good lord. So on Wednesday when we do Hinge to Minch, I'm in there too. I play Knight, who is the invisible dude that does whatever he wants. He's got a skylight in his room now, so that's cool. I don't know. It's fine. When we do Flesh from Fire, the Apocalypse World, I'll be playing the unconscious mechanic, Jake, because currently he's unconscious. When we do Legion class wrestling on Saturday, I'm going to be playing Adam Mason, who's going to be a manager to Bear the Boulder Breaker, and his mission is to get Bear in title matches. Cool. Then when we get to Sunday for Ballad of the Menagerie, I play chess. I have no idea what's going on, so I can't comment. I just know I can make fire erupt around me. That's all I do. And that's it. That's all me.
Awesome. Let's go to Vesa.
Okay. Hi, I'm Amy Gedd, and I played Vesa tonight with these guys. This is my favorite night, which is weird because Mondays are really shitty, like for everybody. But then it's like, oh fuck, Monday nights are spectacular, and so that's new. I don't hate it.
Garfield hates Mondays, but now he doesn't because Fire Shrike exists.
Exactly.
Oh,
That
who's
is the
this
fucking
for?
tagline. Genius.
Do I smell new advertising?
Huh.
We can advertise some shit if we need to.
Does that you understand, Odie? As I kick you off the table because you're blocking my view of the fire shrike.
Exactly.
Jesus.
I'm not good at imitating Garfield.
It's so
That's not the
yeah.
point.
It's so good. This is the only game I play in right now. However, things may change in the future because you never know, and life is fun and weird. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time doing drugs, kicking ass, and possibly figuring out, interesting things. I don't fucking know. I'm just here for the ride.
Wow.
Yeah, that's me,
You're on the wrong ship for a drug party.
dude. I know.
You
I'll
and the
bring
ship are just gonna have to
and
come
then
by.
I'll also be the safe man.
So, speaking of drug parties, Brian,
There's my cue. Anyway, yeah, I played Shelby Young tonight, the captain of the Fire Shrike and head of intelligence. I still think Cy made a mistake, but hey, this is going to be fun. I got a couple more actual live people on my ship than just all NPCs. So that should help. And yeah, this is all I'm doing at the moment. It's going to probably change in the next couple of weeks. We just got to wait and see. Anyway, that's it.
all right. Well, I believe that takes us to Zai. Chris?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear you.
Yes.
I feel like I saw him
I
say.
said I thought you were about to do an outro for Rec, and I got all excited
Duh.
because he said "well," and that's Rec's voice. So
No,
Hi.
this is Bob's voice.
no, that's Bob's voice. That was Rec's voice. All right, now. Hi, I'm Captain Zai. I play here on Monday nights with this crazy and ridiculous crew. We have a lot of fun. As you can tell, it's a really crazy world. There are greys and reptoids and all sorts of like crazy non-mythical creatures. And maybe some mythical ones too. I haven't went looking for any. That's another time. So other times when I'm not playing Captain Zai, I play Rita Throat Rot in our Apocalypse campaign. And we'll get back to that one of these days because we really do enjoy it. But, life happens and that's what happened. Tonight you heard me be mean to Twinkle Bailey, who is one of my favorite people on the Fire Strike. But, he always thinks the world's against him. It's not all about that.
It is. It's always against me.
But let's see what else. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Boards, Booze, and Bitches. It's food worth dying over. And more importantly than my whole outro combined, my friend Purple Kodak sells t-shirts at tpublic.com. And they are amazing, fantastic, and awesome. You should think about buying one. You can go look for them there. Like I said, purple_codex will get you to it. The coffee cup kicks ass. And this commercial is so crazy long now that James has to take over because I'm running out of time.
We, the people of the Teesprings campaign, in order to form a more epic union, establish sales, ensure lack of ethics, provide for the common fan service, promote the general payment of streamers, and secure the blessings of Twitch to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this commercial for Purple Codex.
God bless the state of unethical.
God bless the
Season
unethic
2.
states of Teespring. In Epic we trust.
Oh, God.
Oh, say, can't you see? No.
No, I can't. Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh, yum. I think that might be my fucking favorite. That was a fucking slow burn.
We might Normally we would kick this over to Purple Codex if she wasn't here, but she is not feeling well tonight, and we hope this makes her laugh her ass off.
Right.
I
Ashira
like to
has
think
had
that
space
she's like.
diarrhea the whole time.
I like to think that she's asleep right now and she just wakes up in a cold sweat and is like, something's happened.
She'll wake up in a cold sweat, but we'll never talk about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Nah.
you never talk about it.
No,
but
not
James-
Ashira. Purple.
But James,
Yeah.
you did put yourself in the position of going next.
That's fine with me. Hi ho, friendolas. My name's James, otherwise known as Nightheart, and I'm crying right now from laughing at my own jokes, which is the worst thing a comedian can do.
Good thing you're not a comedian then.
Oh!
Hurtful.
Do you want me to flip him off, James, since I'm on camera?
So
Yes.
that all the way up here.
You can also find me on Wednesdays in Hinch to Mensch, where I play Martyr, who just found out he's fucking royalty and is gonna milk that for all it's worth, especially as long as Great Auntie keeps beating his dad. And depending on the Saturday, you can find me in one of many different Justice grab bags, or on Sunday you can find me playing 5 different fucking characters in Tales from the Cosmos, where the DM is like, I have discovered the cliffhanger. And I'm going to abuse the cliffhanger and make all of my players mad. It's okay, Gunner. I love you. I do it all the time, too.
I was gonna say, you don't have any room to talk.
Wow. Well, I do believe that takes us over to win 5, get 1 free.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I was late. I drank way too much tea because I forgot that tea has a bunch of caffeine. And then I crashed. And then I napped. And then I woke up because my girlfriend called me and told me that I was missing stream. And I went, oh!
You thank her for me.
I will.
Right?
I will.
No shit.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free, and you have caught me here playing Matthias Merch Dieschborg, who has gotten a pretty good amount of screen time today. I'm pretty happy about it, and hoping I'm not taking away from anyone else's experience. You can also catch me on Saturdays, where I am in various Justice grab bags, and Black Box Theater. When we do Black Box Theater, we haven't done one in a while, but we should do one sometime. I'm thinking about doing one sometime. It's gonna be involving philosophical problems like the trolley problem and other such conundrums. But
Knowing you, that's literally a trolley problem. Like, you're gonna force one of our characters to actually choose.
So you're in his trolley, right? It's going like 90. It's about the real-time application of it. No, so anyway, if you want to catch us on Twitch and you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can go to twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater because you love seeing us live and want to interact with the community. If you want to see us on YouTube, like you want to see this episode again because you're currently watching on Twitch because you love us and you want to see us even more in your life, please allow us to fill your eye holes and your ear holes constantly. Only consume the media that comes from Paradise Theater. We are your panacea. We cure coronavirus. Note, we don't actually cure coronavirus. Go to youtube.com/Paradise Theater, no underscores. And if you want to see us look at the Twitter community, tweet things about our scheduling, and also sometimes tweet out hot memes, you can catch us at Pair Theater on Twitter. You can catch my music at soundcloud.com/thathoon, THATHOON. I'm the guy with the picture of egg salad because I'm a fucking weirdo, and that's me.
Awesome. Well, that brings it back around to me. Everybody gets 1,000 XP for the day, and player's choice was a straight up fucking tie. It was a tie between Twinkle and Captain Zai. I think everybody loves your interplay today. So you get to split that 700, so you each get 350. But yes. With that said, I am the Just a King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for Fire Shrike, my favorite group of space terrorists, space pirates, and never do wells, where we are all the way into our fourth freaking season, and we are going nuts here with all kinds of crazy fun shit going on. You can catch me here on Saturday nights for Justice Grab Bags. I don't think we have anything on the opposing Saturdays right now, so Faulty Comics presents this Saturday if people are up for it. Anybody? Yeah, I mean, uh, maybe tune in and maybe see some superhero action.
This week, unfortunately, I won't be able to make Saturdays because I have to kick in people's doors and yell, "How many people live in this house? Do you own or rent it?
Oh God.
I'm with the census."
With the census.
You do that every time.
You sound like a government employee, entitled
Yeah.
and no.
I say. So, with that said, and you can catch me here on Sundays when I'm not feeling fucking shitty and passing out, for Ballad of the Menagerie, a group of, it's more Starfinder, guys, if you couldn't get enough, and it's even set in the same continuum as the Fire Shrike. Therefore, you might see a few, like, crossover NPCs, some inside jokes go back and forth, that sort of thing. Never bring a knife to a bear fight. And with that said, I think that's all we've got for tonight. So let's get an RIP Fern and get out of here. RIP
R.I.P. Fern! And God bless the unethical states of Epica!